What's up, guys? I'm the Wrestle Gamer. Welcome back to WrestleDOWN right here on WGS-TV. In tonight's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Monday Night Raw for the week of September 9th, 2019. The go-home show for Monday Night Raw when it comes to Clash of the Champions. And don't forget, guys, later this week we'll have a breakdown and prediction show for Clash of the Champions, so be sure you look for that when it goes live here on the channel. And joining me tonight for this Raw review, you know him as the Studley Man, Ashley. Ashley, how you doing tonight?
Confused. Just confused.
Yeah, over a lot of things. I don't know how the Saints did it. I'm happy. I'm happy. For those of you who don't know, the Saints got their first regular season win tonight against the Houston Texans. It was
just like Randy Orton.
It was out of nowhere.
Yeah, especially with Will Lutz and that 58-yard field goal at the end of the game to win it for the Saints. And needless to say, I was a happy boy. I was a happy boy. But
then he watched Raw and was mildly okay.
Yeah, to a degree.
It's not a bad show for a go-home show. It was actually decent, but still, it felt like a go-home show. Despite the fact, we've actually got like things that are like important, like King of the Ring, Triple Threat, and matches that happen. Maybe.
Well, let's start at the beginning with the opening segment. Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out to moderate the contract signing between Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. Stone Cold come out and reminisce about some of the things he's done in the past, including giving Vince McMahon his first ever Stone Cold Stunner inside Madison Square Garden. And I gotta say, the nostalgia factor was pretty cool. It was really awesome to see Austin back out there. He can still cut a promo on the mic just as good as anybody. Then you even bring out Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins, and after they exchanged a few words, they would sign the contract. But I gotta say, I loved it when the OC came out there, and I gotta admit, Ashley, AJ Styles' little mockery, mimicking Stone Cold Steve Austin, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, on point. On point.
And then it would end up with a fight happening between the OC and Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. AJ Styles would get left alone in the ring, and you know what happened after that? He would get stunned by Stone Cold Steve Austin. And of course, he did get the double-fingered salute, if you guys know what I mean. If you have seen that, we're not really going to go into very much details if you don't know what the double-fingered salute is. Why am I doing the double finger salute when the cam's not even on? I am really not understanding me right now.
Forever. Oh, sorry, that's funk.
Well, this would lead into the opening match, which would be Cedric Alexander and AJ Styles. For those of you who don't remember last week, the OC took out Cedric Alexander before his match with Baron Corbin in the King of the Ring qualifiers. So that's why Alexander has kind of a beef with Styles and the OC. And I gotta say, Alexander and Styles was a really good match. But I should have seen the OC interfering coming from that, you know. I really don't know what else to say, but the Viking Raiders making the save, that was something that really threw me off. Because I really wasn't expecting them.
Now their faces, Billy. You should know that. When
you see
them, you should automatically know. Oh, look, they are faces. Last week, they were heels. I am confused. What's going on, Vince? It's like you're writing this last minute. Spoilers! He's writing it last minute.
Well, following that, WWE would have their feel-good moment, because apparently this month is, the month that they try to raise money to and awareness about pediatric cancer. I'm going to say is, I've had a sister who's gone through that, and it's not easy to go through, and I got to say those kids. First off, I gotta say, the kid with the mask, you broke kayfabe! You broke kayfabe! You don't remove your mask! You broke kayfabe! But other than that,
Dominic needed to come in and say, "Hey man, don't lose the mask. Your legacy is good. You've been on stage for 60 seconds."
also Kevin Dunn, good job of focusing on the kid with the M on his t-shirt yawning. Yeah, way to make your product look presentable and exciting. You're on Monday Night Raw on national TV and you're yawning.
Really?
Yes.
To be fair,
He's a kid.
what they'll be doing. That's what they'll be doing in the secondary Madison Square Garden Theatre underneath there when the AAA show happens on Saturday.
Speaking of things that didn't make any sense, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair taking on Bayley and Sasha Banks. First off, boo to no booty shorts on Bayley. Boo! We wanted to see booty shorts on Bayley and we didn't get to see it. Other than that, I really don't have that much of a gripe. Other than that, I will say this, though. Charlotte Flair, work on your moonsaults. Because I don't know what the hell that was tonight. But you kind of saw it, too. You know, she didn't give, like, the full impact. It was kind of like, she was, like, apprehensive, and she kind of, like, landed gingerly without really making contact on, I believe it was Bayley, if I'm not mistaken.
It's because her tits are getting bigger by the day.
Exactly, every day. And speaking of that, Charlotte would hit natural selection on Bayley to pick up the win. And I got to wonder, you know, when was the last time we've actually seen Charlotte Flair use natural selection as a finisher? Because she's been primarily using the figure eight to get her wins. And honestly, not since NXT. I can't even remember one time on the main roster when she's used natural selection as a finisher. Well, you know, scratch that. I believe it was when SummerSlam of last year.
Survivor Series 1990.
No, it was like basically the inception of the band gimmick. It was Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and I'm trying to remember who the third person was. Off the top of my head, and I'm not really remembering. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are screaming in the comments the name of this person. But Becky had Charlotte hit natural selection on there to win, I believe it was the Raw Women's Championship. Like I said, I'm pretty sure
Sounds right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get corrected sooner rather than later about that. But anyway, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair do pick up the win. Backstage, the OC were being interviewed about this whole thing with them and Cedric Alexander when they would get approached by Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. And then, lo and behold, we would have a 10-man tag main event for tonight in the form of Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, Cedric Alexander, and the Viking Raiders taking on the OC, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler just out of nowhere! Like an RKO. I don't know what else to say but why. I really don't know. But Rey Mysterio, how about this one? Rey Mysterio and Grand Metalik. First off, when did Grand Metalik become a Power Ranger?
Who knows?
I mean, did you not notice that getup he came out in? He looked like he was like holding. It looked like he was. If you guys know your Power Ranger lore, he looked like he was wearing the Green Ranger shield. That's what it looked like. So if you know your Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you'll understand that reference. But I have to say, for Lucha versus Lucha, it was a little bit better than what I thought it was going to be. A lot of the spots were good. I have to say I was impressed. Because we really haven't seen much of Grand Metalik in a singles capacity on the main roster. He's been basically like 1/3 of the Lucha House Party for the longest time. But I gotta say, it was a really good match. Like I said, Ash, a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it certainly delivered, I would say. Well, I wouldn't say that it was perfectly perfect. But, you know, I mean, there was that dodgy bit with the neck and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It did what it had to do. I think it was the first time ever. I don't think Mascara Dorada has faced Ray in any sort of previous competitions or matches and whatever. So it was a nice little thing, and I'm surprised they didn't try and turn it into an angle, because they seem to have been teasing that Metalik's turning heel on 205 Live, but I guess that's gone out the window because reasons.
Also, how did Mysterio escape that match without a broken neck? That's what I would like to know. But
that is the 64,000 peso question.
Up next was the triple threat match to determine who goes into the finals of the King of the Ring, like Clash of the Champions. Baron Corbin, Samoa Joe, and Ricochet. And I have to say, the majority of this match was entertaining. I thought it was really good. The only issue I have is the fact that the ending was so fucking predictable. Let me explain what I mean by that. Ricochet is setting up for the 630 on Joe. As soon as the setup is done, and you notice that Corbin is on the outside, right off the bat, the next thing I said, or the next thought in my head, was, as soon as Ricochet hits the 630, he's going to throw... Corbin is going to come in the ring, throw Ricochet out of the ring, and pin Joe. And lo and behold, that's what happens. Now I have to...
That means we can blame you, Billy.
Well, yeah, you can blame me. I'll take the brunt of it.
Holy crap! He actually admitted it. It's all the best.
Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault. But like I said, overall the match, I think from the start until the ending, delivered on what it needed to do. Except, I just hated the fact that the ending was so predictable. So that means either one thing. If WWE is smart, and lo and behold, I've said many times on my channel about how they're not. Tomorrow night on SmackDown Live, it's got to be Chad Gable that goes over on Elias. Because you can't have in your finals of the King of the Ring a heel versus another heel in the form of Elias.
I guess the problem is because of both of their connections to a certain family that starts with an N and ends in Akman. Are we going to have Kevin cost Elias tomorrow, or are we going to have Kevin cost our whole match on Sunday? And therefore, there is no King of the Ring. There is nothing.
If anything, I think with the rivalry that's developing with Kevin and Elias, I think it would make much more sense to have Kevin cost Elias the finals and the King of the Ring, and that would be the way that they could possibly put Chad Gable over on him. Is to have Kevin come out there behind the referee's back, or like say at some point the referee would get knocked out in the match, or his attention diverted. Have Kevin go in there, stun Elias, and then get out of there and have Gable pin him.
But Shane.
If Shane is there.
Well, he's off jury duty, so I'd say he's available now.
Well, it all depends on what happens tomorrow night. But anyway, following that, Lacey Evans and Natalya. First off, you could tell the Madison Square Garden crowd did not give two fucks about this match, considering the fact that there was a group of idiots in the crowd who decided, hey, this would be a good time to start chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. When will these people give it up? CM Quitter is never coming back.
Oh, you didn't see the interview.
I did not. What interview?
If they call him about anything, he will gladly take the call. He's over about being bitter.
Really?
He's over about being bitter about what happened. It's in the past and whatever. If they're willing to sort of chat with him, maybe about, let's say, a Mania happening in Chicago and they want to put Punk in the Hall of Fame.
Punk in the Hall of Fame? Oh, I'm sorry, my microphone was still on, wasn't
I
it?
didn't think that Macho would go in. I didn't think that Bruno would go in. I didn't think that Warrior would go in. It's now truly a case of never say never with that Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you do have a point when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to this match, I really don't know what the point of this one was. Natalya would lock in the sharpshooter on Lacey Evans to pick up the win. Like I said, I'm just flat out confused as to what they were doing with this. You know, maybe they'll have a rubber match on the kickoff show, Clash of the Champions. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But speaking of things that really confused the fuck out of everybody, the Firefly Funhouse with Bray Wyatt. There was a lot of references to Stone Cold Steve Austin. In fact, I believe it was a tweet that Bray Wyatt put out just a couple of days ago that referencing a rattlesnake is a rattlesnake and something to that degree. And that led a lot of people to believe that they thought The Fiend was going to attack Stone Cold Steve Austin tonight, which did not happen. But there were a lot of references to Stone Cold in the promo, including, which I thought was a kind of a weird bit about Sister Abigail saying that her clock was stuck on 3:16. Bray would then fix it weirdly with a hammer, and then the numbers 11:19 appeared on that clock, and there was a lot of speculation on social media as to what exactly it represented, because there's always something hidden. There's always like a little bit of a puzzle, as it were, when it comes to the Firefly Funhouse and Bray Wyatt. So the Studley Man and I, we did some digging, and we found out that on November 19th, 1990, Mark Calloway made his WWF debut as Kane the Undertaker at a taping of WWF Superstars on November 19th, 1990. Now, WWE, for the past week, has been promoting The Undertaker being on SmackDown Live tomorrow night. Now, what are the chances, Ash, do you think, of The Fiend coming out and attacking The Undertaker tomorrow night on SmackDown?
Ooh. I mean, possibly. It would be an interesting angle to go. It sort of would make sense. Because, you know, The Fiend never forgets. Because, obviously, you know, we had the Wyatt Undertaker deal go down. But I'm still trying to work out I'm wondering whether the November thing references something specifically relating to Braun or Seth, which is obviously more recent than 1990. It's hard to sort of get a deal on it. You know, the closest would be that's the same date as last year's Survivor Series. I don't see anything that's directly November 19th. I'm trying to think whether November 19th was when he got... Oh no, because he got pulled from TLC, which was so that wouldn't count. I'm trying to...
Is that when he came down with? Is that when he came down with the viral meningitis?
I know where I should have gone. Bloody Cage. I'm gonna have to get on that now. We're doing research while I'm reviewing. Brilliant.
Well,
I love it. You know,
yeah.
Stranger danger. Stranger danger. Danger, stranger.
I have to say, though, the Firefly Funhouse has been one of the most intriguing promos on Monday Night Raw as of late. Even since the inception, and especially when we posted up our reactions to it, which we thought was absolutely hilarious at the time. And
1911, wasn't it? I'm trying to look at this. You keep talking. I keep.
Well, while you do that, we're going to talk about the main event, the 10-man tag team match with Seth Rollins, Cedric Alexander, Braun Strowman, and the Viking Raiders taking on the OC, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. And essentially, this was a 10-man tag match that had to go about the time limit, which was about 30 minutes. Because that's when they came out. A lot of people were complaining when it came to 10-man tag matches on social media, like, why does this match have to go so long? But Survivor Series matches, they go 5 minutes before they get the first elimination. I really can't answer that question because I'm not in WWE creative, so I don't know how they think. And even if I did know how they think, I'd rather take a few aspirins and hit myself in the fucking head with a hammer. Because that's how they've been as of late when you're trying to figure out exactly what they've been doing. And good luck trying to figure that out. Now, at one point in the match, Strowman hit the power slam and was going for the pin, and Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler threw Rollins into Strowman, and then you start to see a little tiny bit of dissension in the ranks of the Raw Tag Team Champions. But they would cut the commercial break, and then everything was hunky-dory, fine, and everything like that. But I think the main purpose, and when you guys hear what the finish of the match was, if you didn't watch Raw tonight, it was Cedric Alexander hitting the lumbar check on AJ Styles to pick up the win. So, essentially, for what this does now, in my mind, it sets up a United States Championship match between these two for Clash. Now, whether or not it'll happen on the kickoff show or on the main event, I would like to have it on the main pay-per-view. I don't want to see a United States title match on the kickoff show, because if you delegate a superstar like AJ Styles to the kickoff show, to me that's almost a slap in the face. Because AJ Styles is upper mid-card to upper card at best. Cedric Alexander is right there with him. And I think the United States Championship match, considering who's in this match, should be on the main card. Now, whether or not that happens remains to be seen. But I gotta say, for the go-home show for the main event, Ash, it was kind of a decent way to end the show, considering the fact they had Stone Cold Steve Austin once again come back out there and then celebrate the win by everyone drinking Steve Weisers.
Yeah.
I take it you're still looking up information?
I'm still trying to work it out because there's literally nothing. Something I also didn't realise, since the debut of the gimmick, Bray's only wrestled once.
At SummerSlam.
In that SummerSlam match. That's it. Nothing else. He is the new Brock Lesnar. He fights whenever the hell he wants.
So Monday Night Raw tonight was very interesting. I gotta say, for the go-home show, it was a lot better than most traditional go-home shows when it comes to WWE and of course, Monday Night Raw. I was a little bit disappointed we didn't get to see Bayley in booty shorts. Maybe WWE, if you can, listening to this right now, put Bayley in booty shorts. I'm just saying. No, I'm not cheating on Asuka and Kairi Sane or Io Shirai. But anyway, as I dig myself into a deeper hole,
Io Shirai in booty shorts. Oh.
Overall score.
She's a baddie as well. It makes sense.
Overall score of Monday Night Raw tonight gets a... I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I thought the Firefly Funhouse promo was really good. And again, it's got a lot of people speculating on what the significance is of 1119 that was on Sister Abigail's clock. And like I said, you heard what I had to say, and then the information I found out about Mark Calloway debuting as Kane the Undertaker on November 19th, 1990. And whether or not The Fiend will attack The Undertaker tomorrow remains to be seen. And I gotta say, Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mysterio and Grand Metalik was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. My the triple threat with the King of the Ring, I thought was good up until the predictable ending, and then I just said, fuck it. And Lacey Evans and Natalya, why are you there? That's all I'm going to say. Best match of the night, hands down. I'm gonna give it to you as my computer decides, hey, I'm going to put a pop-up here. No, you're not. I got to see the match that had had me interested the most. I'm going to give it to the triple threat match. Because overall, they did a lot of good things in there. They did what it needed to do, but the ending was just predictable, and it left a little bit of a foul taste in my mouth. And speaking of leaving foul taste in your mouth, worst match is Lacey Evans and Natalya.
Really?
Yeah, because for one thing, it had zero interest in it. The crowd were like, oh, CM Punk, CM... Yeah, chanting CM Punk during this match made a hell of a lot of sense. But to me, what was the point of the match? What was seriously the point of this match? Did they seriously just do this match and the match last week just to have them have a rubber match on the Clash of the Champions kickoff show, just to give them something to do?
Oh, God, you said it, which means it's going to happen. Did you have to... Oh, no.
Ash, where do you overall score on thoughts on Raw tonight?
On the line? What belt's on the line?
I mean,
it can't be any of their chastity belts because they're both married.
Oh, God. Overall score and thoughts on Raw tonight, Ash?
2.5. It was okay. Wasn't atrocious. Had nice little spots which it needed to when it's going up against an actual very good football game.
With the Saints?
Might have shafted it in the rate. Well, just because it was close.
Oh, yes.
What you really want... What WWE really wants is every Monday night thing to sort of be a blowout, so then people will just go, well, they've won, let's tune into the wrestling. That didn't happen tonight. I mean, it probably wasn't going to happen anyway because of the doubleheader, but especially so with the close result. But, I mean, best match I'd say was Mysterio and Metalik. Just because the 10-man just felt like
giving everybody a rest because they're going to be working harder on Sunday.
But to me, the worst match. I'm surprised you didn't even mention this. The worst match was let's change the 24/7 title.
Oh,
Celtics player because of reasons. Because R-Truth, lo and behold, gets pushed to the floor, which technically in basketball is a foul, so he should be ejected. It's just like football, unnecessary roughness. He pinned him, celebrated, R-Truth pinned him back, and that was it. So the title changed hands to seemingly... It's different with DDT, because the title changes hands for stupid reasons. Not for no reason at all.
I don't know, which was dumber? Putting the 24/7 championship on a Fox Sports announcer, or putting it on a basketball player? You pick.
Putting the DDT Iron Man heavy metalweight title on the star of Vince McMahon on the Hall of Fame.
Oh, God.
The Walk of Fame.
Jeez.
That was one of the weirdest.
Well, anyway, guys, that's been our thoughts on Monday Night Raw tonight. What we want to know from you guys out there, the viewers, subscribers, and listeners, what you guys have to say. What were your overall scores? What are your thoughts on Monday Night Raw? Which match was the best match of the night to you? Which match sucked the most to you? We definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, be sure you slam that like button like a champ. Don't forget, guys, if you want to see more of WrestleDOWN right here on WGS-TV, you know the two ways you got to do it. You got to leg up the subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on notifications so that way you guys will never miss out on another video right here on my channel. So with my special thanks to the Studley Man Ashley, I am your friendly neighborhood wrestle gamer, reminding all of you guys out there to just stay awesome Bye, guys!
Things.